To me, the most important point is what Fabrice said, is the reality that Putin is the only one on the ground now in the Syria crisis and on the Ukraine crisis. Also, we will talk about it, because he's a master in realpolitik. And being a master in realpolitik, he's pushing always harder and harder towards us, the Westerners, and he stops whenever he finds some resistance. But we are quite weak, and he stopped with Novorossiya in Ukraine. You remember he wanted to impose this Novorossiya, a new territory, but he stopped. He stopped because he understood it went too far. And regarding Syria, who is stopping him? Are we stopping him in Syria? What have we been doing?
That brings us back to the question that Fabrice was saying,
right?
Which is right now we're in this period where there's kind of a vacuum in Washington because we don't have a new president yet.
He's taking advantage of these 4 gap months, and then we'll have the French election. So he's taking full advantage on the European and American agenda.
Putin is taking advantage of a period of a relative vacuum of power, both in Washington but also across Europe. Mm-hmm. The reality is that Putin is the only man who will be standing next year when the top 3 leaders across the Atlantic will have been out of office or will have lost the elections, with the exception maybe of Angela Merkel, who might be still re-elected in a new coalition context. So I think he's playing hard because he wants to be positioned for the next US president to be able to hold strong cards enough to have an advantage. But I think what we need to do during this period is to hold firm. And not just to hold firm vis-à-vis Syria, but we have to hold firm vis-à-vis the sanction policy towards Russia. And I think the signals that you hear from the right wing in France, from Les Républicains, is disturbing, because it's breaking that Western resolve and Western unity that, against all odds and against even Putin's own calculations, we managed to keep until now. So I think in this period of vacuum and transition, we need to hold on what we have. It may not have worked as much as we wanted, but it has been enough to at least stop the Putin kind of progress.